What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte. Dillian Whyte has responded on his reasoning for taking the Itauma fight, which a lot of people think is very, 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 very risky. And this is what he had to say. He said, quote, "Everyone's scared of him. All these so-called tough heavyweights are running scared," Whyte said. Are you ready to see Whyte take on the feared prospect Itauma August 16th? And Whyte reveals also that he was offered fights against Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker, but claims Joshua wasn't ready and Parker was being greedy. Meanwhile, Whyte embraced the risk of fighting the unbeaten rising star Itauma because no one else wanted to fight him. And let me counterpunch. This is my first time reading it. And I thought at first, I'm like, well, yeah, this is kind of a smokescreen for Whyte because, you know, if he loses, he could just say nobody else wanted to fight him but me. You know, even if I get my ass whooped by this young lion, you know, I still was man enough to fight him. And you could still say that about Whyte, you know, so it's a good out. But when he involved other fights, the Parker fight, the Joshua fight, and those guys, Parker, he was too greedy. That meant that's a totally different, well, it's not a different video, but it's a different issue. Because, see, Parker is trying to find a fight, and him fighting Whyte at this point, it's a good fight to keep him busy because he's already fought Whyte. He gets a opportunity to, you know, avenge one of his losses, right? Because he has losses against AJ, Whyte, and Joe Joyce. Those are the three losses that Joseph Parker has. So fighting Dillian Whyte would be good, but if he was too greedy, that meant possibly, you know, Joseph Parker has become too accustomed to that turkey money. You see what I'm saying? See, that turkey money is a little different based on, you know, if he was too greedy, that meant whatever was offered to him, if it was from Turkey al-Sheikh, he probably asked for too much money. And then the thing you ask yourself is, why would he do that if he needed a tune-up fight? Because that's, you know, that's just a bridger fight to the fight we all know he wants, the winner of Dubois versus Usyk too, right? So, you know, that's interesting. I would like Whyte to elaborate on that more. But then AJ, you know, AJ wasn't ready. Well, AJ doesn't supposed to be ready. He's still recovering from that surgery, I think elbow surgery, I believe it is. So, I mean, that's pretty legitimate. So the issue would be that. Then he said, so everyone's scared of him. These so-called tough guys, heavyweights are running scared. Now, let me counterpunch that for a second, people. Who he's talking about is Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury was like, what are you crazy? I'm not fighting him. Because he knows that's who Dillian Whyte's talking about. He's talking about Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury has made it known that he doesn't want to fight that guy. But he did say tough guys, so you could add a couple more into it. You know, I would rather him be specific versus, hey, these guys are scared of him. But a lot of people have mentioned, like Lawrence Okolie, that he gives them nightmares. So you can add him to that list as well, right? So Dillian Whyte's making a point. Now, I do think it's one of those, hey, get me a fight, get me a $2 million fight. People expect me to lose, and I become, you know, then I get a nice paycheck from it, from fighting someone that nobody wants to fight. You know what I mean? That is something to talk about. That does put you in discussion once again, because, you know, Dillian Whyte was MIA for a long time, you know, especially with the reoccurring adverse finding bullshit. So, you know, he kind of went under the radar for a minute, but now he's back and doing something that people are totally against. But he drives a good bargain, and he makes a good point by stating, hey, if everybody's afraid to fight him, I'll fight him. So that's heroic. That's showing square balls. So, hey, big up for Dillian Whyte. But you guys tell me what you think of Dillian Whyte's claims that nobody else wanted to fight him and the other fights that was offered wasn't where they were at. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.